Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Before I proceed to my micro-teaching today, let me introduce myself first. My name is Maisarah binti Abdul Aziz, and today I will teach a topic from Mathematics Form 4 subject, which is Chapter 8, Measures of Dispersion of Ungrouped Data. But for today, I will only focus on subtopic 8.1, which is Dispersion. Without further ado, let's start our lesson today. As you can see in this slide, these are all the lessons that we will learn today. First, I will introduce to you guys about the meaning of dispersion in the context of mathematics. Next, I will teach you on how to plot a data using a stem and leaf plot and also a dot plot. Both plots are different, so we will start by learning the step to construct both plots one by one based on the example that I've prepared. Make sure to listen carefully, and if possible, you can take note all the information that I will explain later, especially regarding to the steps to construct both plots. Alright, first thing first, what do you understand about the meaning of dispersion? What is dispersion? So, in the context of mathematics, dispersion can be defined as a way of describing how spread out the set of data is, and it helps to understand the distribution of data. Please take note that the distribution of data are different, and if we want to understand about the dispersion, we need to consider the difference between the largest value and the smallest value of the data. There are two important points that we should know, which is when a data set has a large value, we assume that the data set is widely scattered, while when a data set has small value, we assume that the data set is tightly clustered. The differences can be observed clearly when we plotting the data, either using stem and leaf plot or dot plot. After this, I will introduce to you guys about the two types of plot that I mentioned just now. Okay, let us move on to the next slide. Referring to this slide, there are two types of plot that can be used to obtain the differences between largest and smallest value of the data set. Before we learn deeply about this plot, let's take a look at the definition for both. Firstly, stem and leaf plot. This plot is a way to show the distribution of a data set. From here, we could see whether the data set is more likely appear or not. And this plot is actually like a histogram, but it shows a little more information compared to histogram. The name stem and leaf plot comes because there is one stem with the largest place value digit at the left side of the plot, as you can see in the picture below. And another side, which is the right side, is leaf that will be taken from the last digit for each value. The example below show the plotting of data using stem and leaf plot. Another one type of plot is dot plot. It can be defined as a statistical chart that contains points plotted using a uniform scale, and each point represented a value. Please take a look at the example below. And I hope so far you guys can understand regarding to this plot. And now we will take a look at the step to construct both plots. Alright, now I will explain the step to plot a data using stem and leaf plot. There are 5 steps in total. So the first step is rearrange or arranging the data according to ascending order. Usually the data given is arranged randomly. So to make your job easier, you can rearrange all the numbers according to ascending order so that it is easy for you to identify which is the stem and which is the leaf. Next, we need to identify the stem based on the data set. Stem must be chosen based on the largest place value. For example, in the data, it has number 23. So the largest place value for number 23 is 10, right? So the number 2 must be the stem. Another example, let's say we have number 120. The largest place value is hundreds. So for hundreds, we need to write down the first 2 digits, which is 1 and 2 as the stem. I already put the example of plotting stem and leaf plot. After we had identified all the stem, we must write it at the left side of the plot. As you can see, based on the example given, the stem should be right at the purple color column. For the next step, we have to write down all the leaf into the plot. The leaf must be the last digit for each number or value, based on the example that I gave just now, number 23. If 2 had been the stem, so number 3 must be the leaf. Then you have to write down the leaf at the right side of the plot, which is the pink column. Okay, after you're done plotting all the data set, remember to write down the key to describe on how to read the data. As you can see at the example given, key 2/3 means 23 marks. Remember to write down the units too. If the data set is about test marks, so the unit must be the marks. I already prepared an example to plot the data using this plot, so please watch the video that I have prepared. Okay? Hello student, welcome to Handy Math session. So today, I want to share with you guys how to construct a stem and leaf plot. As you can see, it already stated the set of data regarding to test marks in biology class. I hope everyone is ready with a pen and a piece of paper. Oh, and also a ruler. Let's try to plot this data together with me. So, let us start now. Firstly, we have to read the question above. The diagram below shows the test mark obtained by a group of 20 pupils in a biology class, meaning that we have been given 20 data to be plotted using stem and leaf plot. I hope everyone still remember the step that I explained earlier. So now we have to observe the data first. We have been given 20 data or value, right? Next, we have to see the arrangement of the data. We have to make sure the data have been arranged according to the ascending order. Seems that this data was arranged randomly. So, what we have to do? So, the first step is we have to rearrange the data. Please remember that the arrangement of the data must be according to ascending order, which means we will start with the smallest number to the largest number given based on the data. Smallest number for this data, it is 27. Next, 29, 31, 34, 36, 37, 38, 38, 39, 40, 40, 42, 43, 45, 47, 49, 49, 52, 52, and the last one is 53. From here, we can see that the 27 is the smallest number, while 53 is the biggest or the largest number. So, we done arrange the data according to ascending order. What is the next step? So, the second step is we will start to plot the data. Do you remember what are the things that we need? Yes, the first thing is we need to find the stem and the leaf based on the data given. Okay, now take a ruler and we will start plotting the data by drawing a 2-column table. You can try to draw the table together with me. We are done drawing the table. Now we have to label the both side of the table as a stem and leaf. Stem will be at the left side of the table and then leaf will be at the right side of the table. Okay, the next step we will start plotting the data from the stem. We need to identify which one is the stem and which one is the leaf based on the data that we have rearranged just now. Alright, so what are the stem and what are the leaf? Just to recall back the explanation I gave earlier, stem must be chosen based on the largest place value. So, for this data, we can see the largest place value is tens, meaning that we have to take the leading number for each value as a stem. Always take the leading number to be the stem. Let's identify the stem one by one, starting from 27 and 29. So the leading number must be 2. Okay, so the stem will be 2 for number 27 and 29. You can write down number 2 at the left column under the stem. Then, number 31 until 39, the stem will be number 3. Okay, you have to write once only for the leading number. So, the stem is 3. Next, for number 40 until 49, the stem will be number 4. Okay, so write down 4. And the last three numbers, 52 until 53, the leading number or the stem will be number 5. We are done with the stem. What is the next step? The next step, we have to find out the leaf from the data given. Okay, the leaf will be always taken the last digit for each value. We will start identifying the leaf based on the stem one by one. So we will start with stem 2. The leaf will be number 7 and number 9, which is the last digit for value 27 and 29. So write down number 7 and 9 at the right column, like that. Okay. Next, move on to number 3 or stem 3. So we have to write all the last digit for value 31 until 39. So the leaf is 1, 4, 6, 7. Since we have value 38 twice, we need to write both number. So please remember, if we have repeated number, we have to write down both. So when we have the repeated number, we have to write down all the leaf, even the leaf are same for the stem. Let's continue for stem 4. So write down all the leaf for number 40 until 49. So the leaf are 0, 0, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 9. Actually, I had some mistake there. I wrote the leaf is 4. But actually, the leaf is number 5 because we don't have number 44. We have number 45. Okay, please take note. And the last stem is 5. The leaf will be number 2, 2, and 3. After you done plotting all the data, please make sure that you already plotting all the data given. After we done plotting and recheck our data that we had plot, we had to write down the key on how to describe or to read the data that we have plot. To write down the key, you can choose any number or any value in the data. Okay, for me, I want to choose number 49. So I choose number 49 and then we write down key. Then start with the stem, which is number 4 because I choose number 49, and then slash the leaf, which is 9. Then write down the word means 49, and the last one we need to write the unit. So for this question, the unit will be the marks. Okay. So this is how we write the key. Please don't forget to write down the unit, okay? Because it is compulsory and you can get the unit from the question given. Finally, we are done plotting a data using stem and leaf plot. And this is how we want to construct or plot a data using this type of plot. I just hope that you guys can understand my explanation just now, and we will see you in the next video. Bye! Alright, we already finished about the stem and leaf plot, so now we will move on to the second plot, which is dot plot. In the previous slide, I already showed you the example of dot plot, right? And now I will explain about 3 steps to plot a data set using dot plot. There are only 3 steps to construct a dot plot, but you must be careful with the data set given so that you won't miss any data while plotting it. So, to construct this plot, you need to know about the value for the data set, also the frequency for each value given. Okay, the first step is we need to construct a table to classify a value of data and also its frequency. You can look at the picture below, and the given value is number 0 until 12, right? For each value, you need to count its frequency. For this plot, we will use dot to represent the value or points. For example, in the picture given, for value 0, it has 6 dots in total, right? Meaning that the frequency for value 0 is 6, while for number 1, it has 2 dots only. So, meaning that the frequency for value 1 is 2. And it is same for the rest of value for the data set. After you finish constructing and filling the data into the table, you need to draw a long straight line, we call it as plot, and label it depending on the data consists of. If the data set shown the number you eat breakfast, so you must write it as a dependent variable below the straight line. To plot the value of the data set, make sure you are using the same scale. This step is same as you want to construct a graph. For example, 2 cm represent value 1. Then it should be same until the last value of data. So 2 cm, 1, 2 cm, 2, like that. Okay. You have to refer to the frequency for each value while plotting the data, or when you want to draw the dot. Make sure the frequency is tally with the dot that you draw. Okay, I hope you guys can understand the step. If cannot, don't worry. After this, I will show you the videos on how we want to construct the dot plot based on the example given. Hello student, welcome to Handy Math session. So, I meet you guys again in this video. For now, I will explain and show you on how to construct a data using dot plot. I hope you guys are ready with a piece of paper, pen, and also ruler. I hope everyone is ready. If yes, we can start now. Firstly, I will read the question above. The diagram below shows the mark obtained for quiz by a group of 20 people in a mathematics class. So, meaning that we are given 20 data, same as the previous video. Okay, these are the data. The total value for this data set is 20. Okay, meaning that we have to plot 20 data using dot plot. I want to ask you, do you remember the step to plot this data? Alright, the first step is we need to draw a value and frequency table based on the data given. We need to draw a table consists of 2 columns to write down the data given. So take a ruler and let's start drawing the table. You can follow the step like I shown in the video, okay? So please draw the table properly and make sure it is enough to write down all the data that you have. After done drawing the table, we need to label the both sides. So the first column will be the value and the second column will be the frequency. Okay, the next step is we need to fill in the data in the table that we have drawn just now. We will start by fill in the value for the data first. The first value is number 10. Next is 11. And next is 12. Even it is not included in the data, we still need to write it down in the draw table. Next is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and the last one is 20. Now, we have to count the frequency for each value based on the data and fill into the table. Let's start with number 10. So, the frequency for number 10 is 2. For number 11, also 2. For number 12, the frequency will be 0 because it is not included in the data. For number 13, the frequency is 1, 14, 2, 15, we have 4, so the frequency is 4. 16, we have 1. 17, also 2. 18, we have 2. 19, we have 1. And the last one, 20, we have 3. To make sure our data that we have filled into the table is correct, it needs to be 20 data so that it will be tally with the data. You can sum up all the frequency and make sure the final answer will be 20. Since the total frequency we got is 20, so meaning that the table here is tally with the value given. Okay, now we will move on to the next step, which is start plotting the data. To plot the data for dot plot, as the name of this plot, we will use dot to represent the value or the frequency for each data. Okay, so next we will draw a straight line to plot the data given. Take a ruler and draw a long horizontal line. Make sure the line that you draw is suitable and you can write down all the data that you have. Next, we will choose the right scale to be used to plot this data. For me, I will use 1 cm to 1 value. So, measure the scale using your ruler. Make sure it is accurate and uniform for each value. Draw just like I show you in the video. Then you need to label the plot using the value that you have filled into the table just now. Make sure the measurement of the scale is correct and also the value that you plot. After that, we will start plotting the data using the frequency in the table just now. We will start with number 10. Since the frequency is 2, so the dot will be 2. So you can write down or draw 2 dots vertically from the value 10. For 11, we also have 2, so we have 2 dots. So 12, we have no data, so we do not have to write any dots. Okay, just move on to the next value. 13, we have 1, so 1 dot. 14, we have 2, so draw 2 dots. 15, we have 4, so we have to write down 4 dots. For 16, we have 1, so only 1 dot. 17, we have 2. Number 18, we also have 2. 19, we have 1. And the last value is 20, we have 3. So we need to draw 3 dots. This is how the dot plot look like after you done plotting all the data or value given. Okay. Next, we need to write down the description for this plot. The description can be obtained from the question above. So, the description for this dot plot is mark obtained for quiz by students. Make sure to write it properly and you can simply take it from the question, alright? Okay, we already at the end of this video and that's all the explanation for dot plot. I hope you guys can understand regarding to this plot and thank you for watching. Bye! Okay everyone, what do you think about the video just now? I hope you can understand based on the video just now, especially during the handy math session. I feel so glad because today I managed to share this lesson to you guys and really hope that this video might help you regarding to this topic. Thank you for joining me and please remember that mathematics is not about memorizing but it's all about practices. So please do a lot of exercises, okay? Bye!